Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he has autism, and we paint together. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, tonight, if anyone has watched before, would you like to fill in the blanks? We're painting flowers. Flowers and more flowers. I've been trying to do a couple different versions of flowers. So last night, I don't know where it is, I did a little bit different. Got stuff everywhere. Did a little bit different, not my bouquet, my regular bouquet, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what happens as we go along here. I'm trying to not do exactly the same thing. So, and if you've watched before, you have probably heard me say I like to watch paint dry. And that really is what I like to do. I like to watch paint dry. I like to see how paint reacts on colors and what kind of happens when it changes over. And like this, I use a lot of times one paintbrush, and so I had these colors, and this is just kind of carried on from there. And so that is what I like about using the one paintbrush, because you're going to continue to use the colors that are with you, that are continuing from the paintbrush. So, we will see what happens as we go along here. I'm trying, laugh, laugh, laugh with me, not to do the same. I really am. I'm really gonna try, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean I am going to succeed in my quest to not do the same. And we've got like a slew of colors here. I couldn't decide, and I was gonna do oh, see right there, this is what happens. We'll fix it. It's okay. It will work out. I had done I did a I ended up calling it, I think, cupcake sprinkle flowers, I think is what I ended up calling it. Something to that effect, if it wasn't exactly. And it had a lot of the pastels, and my plate was looking that I use a plate. Let's see if I can pour the rest of the colors on. I use a plate to hold it, but this is will get squished out later, and then once it dries, I make like the paint. You see my hands have all of the paint on them. But I'll make the paint blob, and you can see their little bellies. See, their little bellies have all the paint blobs. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I want to make some other style flowers. I attempt to. This has got a lot of the pink, which is kind of cool, from the first one there, or not the first one, but previous one, I should say. So now I'm going to do a little brighter one down here. And see what happens when I do that. I say it's going to be brighter, but if by the time I get done, it might not be as bright as I was thinking it was going to be. We'll see. We will see what happens. I just keep adding the kind of colors in there. And then we put like a little, I don't think this is part's called the stem. I think it's like the little flower cap. I guess that's more the cap, and this is more the, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up unless somebody can tell me. Maybe somebody can tell me. Because I'll probably forget that I wanted to look it up when I get off the video. So, that if you happen to watch the video, either remind me to look up, I want to know what this part of the flower is. It should probably be an obvious answer, or I should have obviously known that, but I don't. I do not know the answer. I do not know the answer. So we can get answers though. It's okay. We can find answers. We can. Now let's see what happens when I do this. If I don't want to completely go over all of that, so I kind of sometimes act like they're almost at like an angle and try to pull it where it's the direction is away from something. I don't know how much I succeed sometimes with it, but I attempt. I want this to be a little thinner. I want this. I don't know if anybody else is having this much fun with like trying to work on a diet plan that your lovely aging body decides that you can't eat anything that you absolutely love, like, say sugar. And so I'm trying desperately to not eat sugar in any way, shape, or form, and everything tends to have some aspect of a sugar life. And I just can't have it. I can't have it, and it makes me cry. I have severe arthritis, and any type of anything just sends me where I can't hardly walk. So when I'm off the sugar, it's much better. But it's much better for my attitude or my body, but not my attitude, I guess. I want the sugar. So I'm trying to learn, I gave up. I used to drink lots and lots of sodas. And so I still occasionally will have something if I have like an upset stomach, but it's very rare that I do. Or, if I just am absolutely. But I won't drink any of the dark sodas because I like soda way too much. So I need to take that approach with just everything else. I mean, candy to, the breads and let's just all make ourselves hungry talking about it. It's just sad because that's like Owen does not care one bit truly about most sweet stuff. Only thing he really loves is chocolate almond milk. That's his favorite milk, and I see no reason not to let him have it because that's really the only thing that he eats or drinks that's really sweet. So I just don't see a problem letting him have it, except for the fact that now that's what I want. I want what he's having. I want it. But I know it'll be better if I don't have it. Okay, I'm not loving what I just did there. Sometimes I do stuff because I want it to happen, and then I don't put my whole heart into it. I think that's not just with some things, that's with a lot of things I do. So I'm gonna have to rework that, I think, or figure something out. I think I could fall asleep just sitting here. I'm exhausted. Owen has been sleeping better, but I, however, have not. And I was awake at like 4:30 this morning. Maybe even earlier than that. And it's about bedtime, it feels. It feels like more than about. I've kind of got myself in a pickle because I don't want to cover up many of these, but this is very not finished. That's the technical term, not finished. So I gotta figure out what I want to do and where I want the stuff to go, because I really need to fill in some blanks here. So eating is like what I really want to do right this minute, but that's definitely not what I should be doing. I'm gonna kind of change this up a little bit. I had made it that way, but I think I'm gonna do like that, and I'm somehow gonna change this color and make this something. You like the way I was very specific with that. It definitely needs some attention. It needs something that is completely different. So not only am I not eating like, all the things that I do want, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I didn't really eat any dinner. I ate some, but I could fall asleep with my head in a vat of ice cream. That would be awesome. And I probably would fall asleep if I had to guess. Because I'm just sitting here thinking, okay. But, we want to make sure we get this completed in some way, shape, or form. I put out a couple more paintbrushes, but we're kind of, clocking along now here, so I don't necessarily want to. We'll see what happens, but I probably won't change the paintbrush. And I'm trying to convince myself not to change the fact that I really want to eat. Oh, I cracked myself up. I get stuck, like, Owen doesn't like to eat when he first gets home, which makes sense. And then he doesn't like an early, well, I shouldn't even say that. He likes to graze. My dude likes to graze. He likes to eat random as we go. So, it's kind of hard because he wants, he doesn't want to eat, like all one meal at one time. I'm redoing several parts, I think, and some of it I just don't want to cover up, but yet I need to. If I could stay awake while I do this, that will be great. See, I didn't really want to cover that one up. I kind of like, oh, see, and I got like peach. So we're going to add a little bit of the just a little bit of that to kind of mush it into another color zone. Not that it did that much difference. And I'm gonna try to stick some of this blue over here. See what happens. I really need to know the name of that the bottom of the flower. I guess it's not technically the bottom of the flower, but whatever that is, I need to know. I hope I remember to look it up before the next time that I need to know. Or if one of you tell me what it's called. I had one nice person, I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names of like the flowers. My favorite flower I call the grocery store flower because I can never remember how to say the name, and it's Astromelaris. That obviously is the correct pronunciation. And so they reminded me, and I don't even know why I didn't think about it, because Owen looks up stuff constantly on Google Translate and all the other translates. And so now it's not a matter of not hearing it properly. I just have the hardest time actually saying so many words. So to the person that helped me with that, thank you. Maybe you can suggest the next answer for me. That would be amazing. We're getting closer. It's funny because I keep dreaming of this little thing down here, and as bright as it is, it doesn't feel like it's as bright as I thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know if it's like I need more yellow or if it's something else. I'm not really sure what's going on, that it's not really that bright. Excuse me. So I'm not sure. Sometimes what I do is I take my brush and like that dot's nothing, and I hit this and there's tons of colors like everywhere, and I keep adding color. And so at this particular moment, I'm completely considering that as an option here because I like that idea. Just to kind of add some textures and different little marks in here that are shaped, fed into different parts. So that's what I'm looking at to see what I want to do, because like this is definitely going to fade into the background of this, and so I just want it to kind of stick out a little bit more, but I will see how I feel in just a second. I'm close to, because what with this down here is I can either fling color everywhere, or I can take and add the green in here, and that will just basically disappear, because I can make, and I can actually technically do both, because I can just make this go and go. And so I can, you know, just kind of add the colors, add the little spice of life here. So I think, I'm gonna leave it now that I've taken that off the that little part right there. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of the background, like adding color to it to add some texture here. Okay, so I think I think I'm done. I think I'm not gonna add the color like I was thinking. So I do O for Owen, and then L, and B. So there we go. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles.